You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa, baby. What's up, Crusaders? This is your boy, Al Mega. Welcome back to another banger of an episode. Bringing you that fire indie comic energy. You know what we do here. And today we got a true creative beast in the house. He's a writer, filmmaker, actor, editor. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised the homie moonlights as a superhero too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's here to break down his latest sci-fi masterpiece, Phenomenova Issue 2, which is now tearing it up on Kickstarter. Is almost fully funded with many days to go. But we're about to make it funded like within a day or two. We're talking some high-octane action, some mind-blowing storytelling, and everything that makes indie comics the bright lifeblood of the industry. So sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's get into it with the one, the only, the big boss himself, Vaughn Coleman, baby. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, brother. Thanks for hanging out with me and talking about this dope-ass comic book you got. Thank you for sending over issue 1. I like mind blown. I love this whole story you got going on here. But we're about to get into that in just a tad, if you will, because you also got that campaign out for issue 2. Like I said, it's basically almost funded, almost with 22 days to go, which is great. You know, it's almost there. So we get into that. Thank you. Indie is awesome. So Vaughn, before we get into everything else that is comic geekdom, we got to get into the Coleman verse and the early origins of it. So tell us where you're originally from, and the most important question you ever hear in your life. What was the first fandom that you ever fell in love with?
That's all right. All right. I think I might actually have my answer. It's actually totally different from. That's a good one. So let me answer the first one first and then get into the exciting stuff. So technically I was actually born in London, but like I have no memories there. So I'm from New Jersey, not born, but for almost since birth, raised, you know.
You're fist pump baby over there.
Oh yeah.
Fist pump baby.
Oh yeah. So been here all my life, enjoying it. There's a lot of comic stuff here, which is great. I mean, even earlier today, I dropped some books off at a local shop. So I've been, that's where I've been at. I've been from here my whole life. And before I got into comics, which was not the first thing, even though it's my favorite now, the first thing, because I had to think about it, but the first fandom that I think because it's hard to just say joining fandom. Are we talking as in like joining online discourse or meeting people in person?
Yeah, fandom overall, something the first thing that you said, I love this and I'm on a journey on whatever this is.
You know what I think it was actually? I think it was Thomas the Tank Engine.
What? Really? That's a motherfucking first on this channel.
Yeah, well, because I was thinking about it, I'm like, how early are we going? Because it's like, I like superheroes, but if we're talking childhood, like I would collect the trains, I would have the train set, I would watch this character is this, and I did DC and Star Wars, but I was like, before all that, I think it was Thomas the Tank Engine first.
That is the realest answer I think I've ever had on this motherfucking show. I swear to God.
Yeah.
That's the realest answer, because you went back like, okay, you know what? On some real shit, this was it.
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I think like one of the showrunners had passed away, and I was like, oh my God, this show had a bigger impact on me than because I haven't thought about it in forever, but I'm like, man, I was into it. Like I would dress up as him for Halloween. There was like a real life Thomas the Tank Engine, and I would go everywhere related. So I think I've always been kind of really into a bunch of different franchises. Like when I get into something, I get into it, you know.
Gotcha. That again, thank you for the realest answer ever. Going back into childhood.
Oh yeah.
That's the real deal. All right, so as you were growing up, and within your fandom, hopefully outside of just, train.
I did graduate. Yeah.
Were you a lone wolf, or you kind of had a tribe, if you will, of geeks?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm generally the nerdiest in like my friend groups growing up. That's typically how it is. But I mean, I absorbed from all over. I loved I would get into all kinds of stuff, video games, movies, you name it. Like if it was nerdy, I was usually into it. I remember even like other things, like I got into Pokemon. I'd organize like a Pokemon tournament at my house.
Really?
All over fandoms, man. I was into, yeah, I was into video games. I'd play like Xbox Live with my friends. I'd play on the playground with whatever we were into at the time. We'd be reenacting, whatever. I remember doing everything from Star Wars to like Power Rangers to superheroes.
Geeking out. I love it.
Always.
So when did the discovery of comics come into your life? Because obviously you're making comics now, so there must have been a point in your life that comics came into your life. So when was that? Who presented that to you? If anyone, or was it self-discovery?
It was a bit of both. I remember I wish I got into comics when I was younger. I really do. But I didn't. I would get into the idea of comics and I'd have this ultimate Spider-Man guide that I'd look at stuff related to him. But I think it was like, so I loved Batman, and then I'd watch like the movies and stuff, and I'd play the video games. And I was around in middle school. And I remember I was at a new middle school, and I came back from school one day, and they're playing reruns of Batman the Animated Series on Leather Wings, like the first episode. And I'm like, this is awesome. And it was like a daily thing. I'd come home from school and I'd watch whatever Batman the Animated Series episode was on. And then around that time, Arkham City comes out, like that same fall, 2011. And by Christmas that year, I'm like, I want the full DVD box sets of the animated series. And you know what? I love these adaptations. Why don't I read the comics that they're finally pulled from? Well, I've been talking about how they don't get it right in the lore, and I like it when they get it right in the lore, but I would never actually read the things. And I'm finally like looking at the best ones, and I decide on Batman Hush.
Nice one.
Yeah. So I read that and a few older ones, and then I would read like Death in the Family, Long Halloween, and I kind of started building.
Tell me you read Nightfall. Come on, bro.
I have to say I was intimidated by it, but now that I'm almost done with Chris Claremont's I've had it for years, and now that I'm almost done with Chris Claremont's X-Men run, I'm like, 3 omnibuses, that's nothing.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Now that I've read that, I'm like,
yeah, you got to do Nightfall. That's a long story as well. All that shit, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I've read parts of it, but I need to read the whole thing. I'm gonna finish off I finished All New Mutants recently.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna finish Claremont's X-Men, and then I think I'm gonna either read Nightfall or finish New Teen Titans. I'm figuring out. I'm trying to read as many classics as I can.
Man, one of my guys did a whole kind of column about that X-Men franchise and whatnot, if you will. So you want to check out a cool column that breaks it down into, check it out. My memory will get down, you know what I mean? And also there is a extended version of those stories online that are not supposed to be released, but he kept kind of telling the story. And
that's John Burns. I think,
yeah,
right?
John Burns. So,
yeah, I've been meaning to check that out. I haven't yet.
Yeah, you gotta check that out. You gotta check that out, bro.
It's good. I keep forgetting.
It's gonna fuck you up. Oh shit. Okay. Why didn't they allow this to happen?
Yeah, I've been putting it off, but I know I need to. Let's see.
I see your collection. I mean, you got some shit above your shoulder over there. So yeah. All right. So talk to me, Creative Sparks. What happened? What was the day you said, "Fuck, man, I want to kind of get involved. I want to create. I want to do something." When did that itch start?
It was a number of things. I remember I was at college and I was majoring in filmmaking. And I had this idea that I've had since I was in 2nd grade for this superhero. It was initially a movie series, and then it became an animated series in my head. And it would keep shifting, but the core idea was there. And I was in college, and for some reason I felt this itch to start reading X-Men. And I was like, well, what should I read? And I was told to start with Giant Size X-Men #1 and read into Claremont's run. So I start doing that. And then I remember just like being blown away by like, oh my God, they really just get from idea to idea to idea. There's these big budget ideas that are constantly happening. And meanwhile, in the film world, I was learning about, and I still love movies, but I was learning about how you have to really like, if you want to shoot that, you got to have a budget. You got to talk to all these people. You probably won't be able to direct it. You'll have to sell it off somewhere. And I was seeing not only could you do more with comics in terms of like I was always a big budget thinker, right? But it was also that, and it was still visual storytelling, but it was also that there was also an indie comics movement, or really just I was seeing crowdfunding and all of that. And I was like, so these people can own the rights to it and publish it on their own. This is awesome.
Yeah,
this is awesome. Let's do that. And yeah, so I was big into that. I thought that was perfect, and I kind of started getting into it. And it was around the time I started working. I edited the first comic I ever worked on, Hunter Ninja Bear. I landed that job.
Oh, I know that book. Hold on, let's see that baby. See, look what a beautiful looking book.
Yeah,
too. Look at that.
So
self-porn for sure, right there.
Yeah, so me working as an editor on that book was just like amazing to me. And I was like, I want to do more comics. I want to be writing.
That opportunity.
My friend's dad had started the company. My friend was an editor, and he just mentions it off the cuff because I told him, I'm like, I'm thinking about doing comics. He goes, oh, my dad's founding a comic company. I'm like, what? Why didn't you tell? I'm like, get me in contact, do something, please,
dad
bro.
is about to be my best friend. Fuck you, right?
I was like, what do you mean, man? Get me involved. Like, this is nuts. He was like, I'll see what I could do. So and then I remember I'm on the phone and we're talking and then about like indie comics or whatever. I go, yeah, here Chuck Dixon's doing a lot. He's like one of my favorite writers. And he goes, yeah, Chuck's the one whose book you're going to be working on. I'm like, are you like, of all the writers, I was like, this is nuts. And and I was like over the moon. And it was an amazing experience. So that was great. And then from there, you know, I read my first comic script and I was like, so that's how it's done. And then I started analyzing my animated series, like screenplays, and really reverse engineering. And thank God I kept toying at it for years because the story needed work, a lot of work. Until finally it came over to something I'm happy with and something I was able to, you know, send to an artist. Because especially once you start hiring an artist, to me, it made me feel like if I'm going to be spending the money and using this guy's talent, and my artist that I found is so talented, my script better be worth it. Oh. And I remember when I first found him, he liked my script. He was ready to go, but I was like, I'm not ready yet because I don't think my script is worthy of you yet.
Well, talk to me about that promance then. That's my term, everybody. Don't ever fucking it's the promance, I like to call it. So it's like, how did you meet Big Homie that became your collaborative partner in your comic book journey?
Well, Philip, so I remember honestly, it's nothing too exciting, but it was like Facebook, you know, but I remember I was like,
just fucking Facebook DM this motherfucker, he said.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was, I posted in one of those groups, and I don't, normally you post in an ad. I was so used to like, cause I was looking for film work and PA jobs. I'd post in every film group ever, and I could never find anything. So I just go, all right, like whatever, I'll just put a post and then I'm going to go hang out like with friends at a bar. And so I go and my phone starts blowing up, and I have never, like whenever I post like that I need work or something, it's in a Facebook groups. I just I never expected it. I'm getting people from all over the world, all over the globe. Hey man, check out. I'm like, what?
What the hell happened here?
So I was like, this is crazy. So I start literally having a notebook of names and going through, and there were so many talented artists out there.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine the stuff you must have gotten. But what led you to choosing the partner you chose?
Well, one main thing is I like to talk to my people over the phone. I liked him there. I really liked his artwork. There was a sample page he had that had X-Men characters, and that's always good with me. There was one with one he did with Storm striking people with lightning, and I had a character with lightning powers. I asked him if he'd be willing to do like a sample drawing of my character. He goes, I'll do a sample page. And even though he deviated from the script and missed some details, the storytelling and the expressions were there. one of the things I look for is I have to, at least for this script, I wanted to like how he drew faces, and I wanted to like how he drew action, and I wanted if people to have expressive faces, and I
emote where sometimes the lines, you know, the face gotta do justice to the words you're expressing in that moment. So yeah, I get that emote. I always bring that up in an artist because that shows to me their skill. And folks, you know, he just teased you. You want to get into his heart, send him some X-Men art.
That's part of it. Now, you know, it doesn't have to be that, but that certainly helps.
It's just a tease.
Yeah, but it helps. It helps.
So talk to me though about you creating, because you know, before I bring up, you know, the Phenomenova, you know, issue 2 project. Talk to me about you building issue 1. Talk to me about those early seeds of creation, if you will. Like, where did this story come from?
Oh man, you know, when I was in the 2nd grade, I came up with this idea, and I remember I was like, man, I don't know why when I was little, it bothered me. I was like, the Flash, he had this lightning bolt and he had super fast, but he didn't have lightning powers. And I was like, what if I had someone who had super speed and lightning powers? And that was the genesis of the idea. And it was a movie idea. I'm still inspired by the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, as well as a lot of the superhero movies at the time that were always doing origin stories. And I was like, let's do that. And I would just kind of springboard my ideas off of there. And so he gets struck by lightning while holding a mysterious crystal and becomes a superhero with lightning powers and super speed. And then I'd come up with some other characters from there, a villain. And I had like ideas for movies, and some of my friends would help me. Like, I'd talk to them, be like, some of the characters would be based off of my friends, some of them wouldn't be. And that's kind of how I would do it. And I was like, I'm going to direct this movie and star in it as the main character. And that was my idea when I was a kid. Now, flash forward, obviously things change. I take more influences from other things, and life goes on. And it kind of circles around, and then it's going to be an animated series, I decide at one point, and then it's going to be this. And it changes forms, but the core idea remains the same. And I'm glad it took as long as it did, obviously, and that it's now a comic book, because, you know, it's out. This childhood dream of mine is out of my system, and it's it's not out of my system. I have many more in here, but
but you've created a storyboard, if you will, kind of, because if you want to get into the plane of getting this into an animated or a feature film, there's now
I could, but I don't have to be. That's the thing. I fell so in love with comics. I was like, this is just a great outlet for me to do my stuff. If I never make a movie, like, I'd love to. I love film, but at this point, I'm all in on comics, man. Like, because I learned to love, especially when you're writing a comic book, you notice the fundamental difference between screenwriting and comic book writing as a medium. Like, there's just things comics can do better, and there's things movies can do better. And I'm like all in on the comics. So if it never gets made, if it's just a comic book and I could just do it, it's okay. I'm very like, I'm not like, that's one of the things I would say is don't just write comics as a pitch for another medium, you know, like you can, but I fell in love with comics, man. They're good enough for me. I would love to do it eventually.
So love, bro. There you go. That's the real comic geek here. You know what? Let's bring up his project right now, folks. Again, because this baby is live right now. You could back Phenomenova issue number 2 Kickstarter live right now. There goes the link. It's also going to be in the show notes. Don't you worry. Now, a big salute first. Hats off to you guys, yo. 35 backers celebrating independent comic books. With a $1,000 goal, baby, we're at 924. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. But guess what, folks? We've got 22 days to go. Those are 3 weeks, at least more. So one of y'all is getting paid in each one of these 2 weeks. Don't be fucking around. So, you know, make sure you pitch in and celebrate and support independent comic books. Now, before we go any further, I want to bring up this video, you know, and so people could see what's popping off and what I'm going to be calling the Coleman verse, baby. All right, so let's get ready for this. All right, check it out.
I just want it to be like the Crusader Corps.
Crusader Corps.
Like my father. I thought with my new powers I could be. But I failed. I let everyone down. I got people hurt. I just wanted to make the world a better place. And instead I made things worse. But now I have the chance to
I
make
love
things
that
right
art,
with the
man.
help of one of the Crusaders. The Phoenix section. And I will. I have to. Whatever it takes.
Good stuff.
I will find that spark again.
Woo, Mike Barron, baby. Epa, look at those words. Woo. Wow, nice. Whip up, folks. Oh my God. Again, you see that? This project is at 92% of its goal, but let's get it to 100 today. Holy shit, yo, Vaughn, bro. That shit looks fucking sick.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
art, man. Let's talk about, I mean, look at this cover, man.
Yeah, we mentioned Hunter Ninja Bear. So I wanted to, because there was a ninja character in this book, and I've wanted to work with Mel. He does amazing pencils. He penciled, inked, and colored that cover. I was like, I want to go full circle. Let's bring him back. Let's get him to draw my ninja now.
Hey,
Killed it on that cover. So that these all the variants are going to be like campaign exclusive, and whatever is left over, you know, I'll sell for like double price at conventions. But not much is going to be left over. So if you want any of the variants, back them on the campaign.
yo, this is definitely a fucking sexy ass cover.
Right.
Yo,
Yeah.
how well done. And like, yo, if I see this in the shelves, I would definitely like, yo, what's this? What's going on here?
Mhm.
Like, very interesting, intriguing cover. I love the artistry. And again, you know, I'm not being biased because they're called Crusaders.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think of that. Well, the Crusader Corps were the heroes that fought during World War III in my world, and I'll tell you what: if Phenomenova gets popular enough, I will. I've already had requests to do a Crusader Corps prequel series.
Well, you need to do General Omega then if you're gonna do a Crusader Corps. Like, what the fuck? Come on, bro. Oh man, look at this cover. Oh, who did this? This is gorgeous.
Mariano Chapo and Nick Capone did the colors. So they are actually doing some work for Dynamite now. Mariano has drawn Vampirella. I knew he could draw beautiful women. I've wanted to work with him forever. And he just, I remember I gave him an idea for a cover that was almost like more of a cheesecake cover. And then he did this thumbnail for me. And I was like, this is so much cooler than whatever I hired you for. Do this.
Yeah, you don't need a cheesecake.
No.
It's beautiful enough, a beautiful one, but you know, show some power. And talking about balance, holy shit, is there?
Yeah.
Beautiful, bro.
Right.
I dig it. Wonderful. I mean, look at this too. But, oh, dude, what's this?
So that is the back cover. Regardless of what front cover you get, that will be the back cover.
What do you mean a back cover? So there's no ad on the back, and you actually put some more artistry in the back.
Put more art on the back. Yeah, there was a grayscale. Actually, if you get issue 1, it is the back cover was same artist. It was an homage to Blood Strike.
Oh, I remember that issue. Yes, with the blood on. Oh, yeah.
So there's no blood on here, but you could still see the Blood Strike homage. And we were like, let's do another black and white / grayscale cover. So I had the same artist do the back cover for this book, and he just killed it.
Yeah, man. I'm digging. And look, oh, bro, for real, bro. Your panel usage. So, all right, talk to me about finding this team, though, because your colorist is off the fucking hook too, bro.
Right. Yeah. No, Hector's fantastic. So I had to switch colorists for issues 1 and 2, and I was like, I want to get this guy fast. And I went through and a couple of them, and I was like, you know what, let's come up with like a sample page. I'll pay him, you know, and I was like, wow, he really did the coloring style of the first issue very well. He really compliments, like, keeps it in line, and I think he did a fantastic job. Hector Rubilar, I threw him into the water, and he really nailed it. He did fantastic color work.
And the art, man, is fucking gorgeous. And oh shit, look at this for issue 1 though. I mean, look at this, bro. You boss, bro. Boss cover, man.
Right. Yeah. So if you'll notice, though, a different colorist did the covers because, and the same colorist did the covers, did the interiors of issue 1, but we got a different colorist for issue 2, but he did a great job. So it was just because it was deadlines. That was the only reason why I had switched colors.
I hear you, man. You gotta get that work done. Oh man, Uncle.
Yeah, my uncle. So
talk to me about Uncle Scott and that dedication, man.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah. Well, so the first issue was dedicated to my dad. And I
saw that, and let me tell you, you got me really fucking sad. I still got my pops, but you know, getting older and you think about life, and I'm sorry, condolences for your loss. Like, yo, but talk about that dedication, man, because that's
So the first issue is dedicated to my dad. The second is to my uncle Scott. It was basically when I was coming up with the story, I realized it was missing something, and I felt like, well, why did superheroes resonate with me? So it was kind of a combination of things. Why was my main character missing something? What do superheroes mean to me? What am I trying to convey with my story? I try and dig down to the core. Not even intentional title of this issue is down to the core, but I try and dig down to the core of my idea to really explode back out again. And I thought about it and I was like, well, when I was a kid, I think part of why I gravitated towards superheroes so much was because I lost my dad in 9/11. And
wait. At the event?
Yes. So if you see the dates there, so my dad and my uncle both worked at the World Trade Center.
Oh,
and
shit. Oh,
yeah.
Whoa.
And so I felt like this cry for justice. And I also, what I loved about superheroes, they kind of gave me a sense of comfort because they would take their personal tragedies and use them as a way to make the world a better place so others didn't suffer the way they did and make it so bad people would get punished. And there was something so comforting about that idea that I think I carried it through for the rest of my life. And I wanted to bring that energy back into, now I'm an adult, now I'm writing comics, that hopefully, kids will feel that same sense of comfort when they read my book, or adults, whatever, because I think it's timeless, it's ageless. And there's a character based on my dad in issue 1, and I couldn't quite fit someone based on my uncle without it disrupting the flow. And I was like, well, let's hold it off. Let's see if I could squeeze him in issue 2. And then I put the idea to the side because I'm always putting the story first. And then I found this spot where it opened up, and I was like, all right, issue 2 is dedicated to my uncle.
Beautiful, man. Let me tell you, man. I lived in New York when that happened. I had to cross the bridge walking because everything stopped. My poor mom was on the roof in Brooklyn, Greenpoint, Brooklyn, from the rooftop, seeing things happen. This is why I hate how people trying to say no plane crash. Listen,
yeah,
my mom saw it with her own fucking eyes.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm saying that it didn't happen. My own mom. Are you telling me that somebody generated a hologram? Hey, stop this conspiracy shit. Stop disrespecting these shows, man. Stop it.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. It's crazy. It's crazy what people come up with.
Stop it, yo. Rest in peace to these individuals, man. I fucking, it wasn't cool. Anyway.
Then we got this trading card.
Yeah,
I was like, well, if I can have the cover.
Jesus Christ, you're a sexy character. What's going on here? Is this the lady with dreams, Vaughn? What's going on?
This is Hotline. Her name is Hotline. She is the tech support character in Phenomenova. I was like, let's make it a hot chick. And also,
absolutely. Listen, I'm in tech. I'm hot, right? No, yeah, we techies look okay. I think some of us. Let me stop one thing. Yeah. I love this, bro. I love this. I love the look, the colors. Like, yo, you're killing it. So talk to me.
Yeah, so Hotline is the resident tech genius for Phenomenova. So that is the trading card art. So all physical backers will get a free Hotline trading card. That'll be a crowdfunding campaign exclusive.
Were you a trading card kid growing up?
I like Pokemon cards, but honestly, it wasn't a huge one. I'll tell you why I like the trading cards is because it feels like it's building out my world because I get to do some extra writing on there and because they're collectible. So I want to do something special for my backers, and I actually think trading cards are extra special for that reason.
Oh, man, so you're too young to remember the Marvel cards and shit, huh?
No, but I've seen them, and I think they're very cool.
Oh, yeah, but I have a box full of cards, volume 1, volume 2, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Punisher. Like, I just want to get rid of this box somehow. I need to make room in my house. I gotta get rid of a lot of stuff. It's not junk. It's wonderful stuff, but I gotta get rid of it. So if anybody wants cards, you gotta hit me up. We can make a deal. I love it. Oh man, yeah, I love this design. Like, where did you come up with her design though? Like her thought that whole, because I like this. Again, you got the, once I read Crusaders in this shit, you hooked me like a fish, mother.
Yeah.
You mother, you know what you would do? Coming to Comic Crusaders podcast over here.
Yeah. Well, wait till hopefully I can get the Crusader Core book off the ground. That obviously depends on Phenomenova, but you get more of the Phoenix Senshi's backstory in this issue. So she is. So if we hit 10K, so I'm also on Fun My Comic and Indiegogo. But if we hit 10K raised across all the platforms, which Kickstarter could very well be what pushes it over. But we got a bit of the ways to go. Everyone will get a trading card with that art on it, but we have to hit 10K.
I mean, look at this, yo, for real, man. That design, she looks so dope.
You're
and
right.
then the way you introducing issue 1 and all, and everything that was going down, no spoiler. I don't want to spoil. Folks, you got to read it, because my man really does a fun origin story for the character. And then you see development of what the potential is here. Oh shit! Wait a minute, my man is really, the Coleman verse is real.
Yeah, Phoenix Senshi is becoming a fan favorite very fast, and this card, my artist, I mean Joey Lenahan, she went above and beyond. She was pitching the idea to me of like, because I said, all right, you see a lot of her backstory in issue 2, and I said you could pick and draw this character. You could draw her in the present, where she's a little older. You could draw her during the war. You could draw her in training, wherever you decide. Run with it. And she decides she's going to draw her during the war. And she said, can I draw like a mix of classic Japanese, like painting mixed with manga style? And she did. And it was just, that piece came out beautifully. And again, we have to hit 10K for it to be yours across all the campaigns. And we are about 6.5K.
Vaughn, we got a lot of days to go.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You know what I mean? We got over 3 weeks to go.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure it could hit that number, man, because you're a big boss. And listen, folks, you want to get started. Again, like everybody, you can make a place for $1. What's $1, man? Just go get put $1 if you don't want anything, you know. But I know you want something.
Yeah.
Yo, PDF starting at $5 right there. You know, catch-ups at 10. You know what I mean? Right there, physical copy, man, where you can smell that ink, flip them pages in your hand, you know, have some box porn. Not soft porn, it's a comic book.
Yeah.
It's not the graphic novel yet. All right. So right there, you got some box porn, you know, starting at $10, yo. I mean, the Ruby cover, you got the Chopper cover, you know, catch up special. My man got everything going on here. You got issue 2, all covers for $30. You know what I mean? Yo, my man got it going on, yo. You got the VIP tier. What's going on here?
VIP. I recommend everyone does this. Make a $500 and $1,000 tier on every campaign. You might go, well, no one will pay that. Okay, if one person is crazy enough to pay for it, that's good. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, yeah, you get more than 500.
My man says, I love this energy. Yes,
it makes sense, man. Like, I got people to do in the first campaign. I'm not expecting it at all. But if someone does it, I'm like, okay.
Hey.
You know, I'm not expecting it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm like, why not? Like, I'll give you more than $500 worth of books. And you might say, what are you going to do with that?
Manifest it. What happened?
Yeah. All right.
There's going to be some big fan out there that's going to see this artistry and says, you know what? I want to buy this and I want to share this with my friends and family.
And you know what? Your name will be in the book when you share it.
Look at that. So, yeah, you can show off too. You know what I mean? Have that swag. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look at me.
We have someone pay $1,000 on my Fund My Comic campaign for both campaigns. So,
a big salute to Luke Stone that did Fund My Comic. That's my big homie over there. Yo,
some over there too.
Doing a very positive platform for crowdfunding. You know, outside of what Kickstarter and everything else does. You know what I mean? So
again, I'm on there too. If people like that, And then there's the producer tier, of course, which is 1,000. Someone, So
we got 20 of each cover, all right.
And then 10 of issue 1.
10 of issue 1, 20 of each stretch goal. Your name in the credits as a producer and PDFs for both issues. I mean, Holy shit, yo. I love this. My man don't give a fuck. He's just putting out this. Like, this is how we do. Yo, it is true, because it's what, listen, it's called Phenomenova because it will be a phenomenon. You getting me? Getting me? This is it. I read issue 1. Thank you again.
Of course, my pleasure.
I absolutely dug the comic book story. Very comic bookish, very traditional, very fun. Like, yo, but not traditional. Sounds like, oh, guess. It's like, no, some weird shit is going on, huh? Yeah. Wait a minute, how did this happen? And then you're seeing this, and again, just not because they say Crusaders, although I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. But hey, it's like, hopefully I see a white-haired villain in the future over there.
Could be fun. Yeah, we'll see.
Do you see my goatee? Look at that, she got a hook, bro. Call me White Hook or some shit, bro. Let's go. All right. Anyway, got you. Yeah, but again, folks, you see this campaign, it is live right now. So close, so very close. Listen, folks, all we need is like what, $76 to reach goal.
Yeah, we could probably hit it tonight.
Probably we will hit it.
Yeah.
Manifestation, whatever I've been telling you. Manifest, we will hit it tonight. Let's go.
We will hit it tonight. We'll hit it
tonight.
Put
that sauce on that motherfucker, baby. We're hitting that tonight. I mean, I'm gonna say we because we are indie. We are it.
Oh yeah.
Down to the core, baby. Fantastic comic book series. Listen, I'm gonna be jealous because I have not read issue 2 yet, or even checked it out. I've only read issue 1, so I can't wait to find out what the hell is going on here. Because
it'll be a fast turnaround too.
Yeah,
the book is done. We just need to get it printed.
So for fans that have maybe had the opportunity to check out issue 1, what can you tell them? Give me the elevator pitch on issue 2.
So issue 1 ended off on the note that Miles is going to be getting trained by the Phoenix Senshi. Well, issue 2, we start to see that training. And like I talked about with Down to the Core, we're getting down to the core of his character and who he is and kind of what this series is about before we explode out into more action. It's kind of a meditative issue, but we're also seeing and learning some more things about the world and the characters. Like we're learning about the tech support character. We're kind of seeing some behind the scenes. We're meeting a detective character in a universe who's also the first member of the title team, Phenomenova, because we still have not seen the title team yet. We're building into it, but we get our first. So we get 2 special first appearances in this issue. Estrella is deaf and blind, but can feel the world around her and absorb information, and that was what makes her a great detective. She can absorb memories in the world around her. And then you have Hotline, who is a tech support, and you learn more about the Phoenix Senshi and therefore World War III. Miles, you learn more about his past and kind of how things that happened with his father, affected his ability to be a hero. You learn a bit about the uncle. You learn a bit, we dive further into the characters, also having some cool action. And it's basically Miles kind of reassessing and setting himself on the right path. It's a very character-focused issue while also having some cool action, some cool world stuff. You hear
this, folks? Listen, and that link is right there. You see that right there below, folks? It's also in the show notes. This baby is live right now. So make sure you show that love to independent creators, man. I love how one person said, "You remember me? You met me at New York Comic Con."
Yeah. Well, you told me to reach out, so I did. Yeah.
And he did it. You know what I mean? And I mean that when I meet y'all creators, if y'all listening, if y'all met me before, and I said, "Yo, reach out," I honestly mean that. Yo, come on through. I'm here to support indie, and I'm very happy to have run into you, Vaughn. Because for real, bro, this book is fucking fire.
Thank you.
Fire. I'm digging it. I can see this being picked up by a bigger publisher as well. So is that your intention? Would you like that type of opportunity?
Honestly, because here's the thing, I like doing indie, but if we can get away where I could do it independently, and like if I could get a publisher that would do it and I could still have my creative visions intact and I could still own the rights,
You hear this? Yo. And I'm not gonna shout all these comic book companies out, but there's several of you that I think that would definitely appreciate what's popping here. For real. You know what I mean? Man Cave, for example, there's some cool shit going on here, bro.
Reach out. Yeah.
Yeah, for real, Mark. Yo, for real. I think this is the book for y'all. I think this fits within the Mad Cave line. I'm just saying, for me. For me.
I think it'd be cool. Could be very cool.
Listen, bro, they're all about creator owned and shit. That's what I'm saying. I've heard nothing but good. So if that's what you're looking for, I think that would be probably one of the best lanes for you. So talk to me, man. With this campaign being live right now, like what's the story like in your mind thus far? How many stories are you able to tell within the Phenomenova universe?
So I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I mean, I have the first 8 issues written, and then I have many more planned out.
Love it.
I have many more planned out. I'm actually doing a short story collection of like not comic books necessarily, but like short horror stories, short written stories.
Like right here, folks. You see that link? You can get, you can check. You just get a sneak peek of what he's talking about.
Yeah, you could. You have like until St. Patrick's Day. You could submit short stories or black and white artwork. And I was like, you know what? Let's do a horror story in the Phenomenova universe. So that's going to happen.
Oh, nice.
So I'm writing that. I'll probably work on that a bit after this show. Although, yeah, so that'll be fun. I'd love to do Crusader Corps, but right now I'm really focused on Phenomenova and getting that, just keeping it going, because I would love to make it more like the faster. I'd love to be putting it out at a faster rate. I'd love to be expanding the world, but that all depends on like, let's sell one issue at a time. And then hopefully we can get enough momentum that we can keep the machine going. Because that's one of the things I loved about, comics is that they keep that momentum going, and then they can explode out into a bigger world. And that's my dream with Phenomenova. Those 80s, how the X-Men, you saw them build, and then there was New Mutants, and then there was X Factor, and there was like that's what I'd love to do. But I have to earn that. And I know that. So those are some of my plans. I would love to do a prequel series with the Crusader Corps, set during World War III with superheroes fighting in the war. I think that would be really cool.
Yes.
Phenomenova itself, I have so many other characters. We haven't even introduced the title team yet, but the issue 3 cover is being colored at the moment.
I love this tease, the title team. He's teasing us. You hear this?
Yeah.
This guy's like a stripper on the pole right now for the comic book universe. I'm teasing you, the title team. You don't know nothing yet.
Holy shit. Yeah, and then that, and even then, that's only scratching the surface. I have a million ideas for Phenomenova alone, let alone the universe. I have a 10-page Western that I would love to turn into a full story. You could find that for free on Global Comics. It's called Land of the Lawless. As well as you could read the first 10. You could read Phenomenova on Global Comics as well if you have a membership.
Right there.
Yeah, and you could read the first 10 pages of Phenomenova issue 1 for free. And then if you want it, you can get a PDF, or you could buy it off my website. Regardless, I'm trying to make it as accessible as possible while still, making at least some money. It's all going back into the company right now. I'm not making anything at the moment.
As you should, man. When you believe in yourself, you throw everything back into what you believe in, and then
eventually I could make money off of it. But right now, I want to make comics more than anything. And that means I like having a backlog behind me. I think it's really something special to say I did it. Like when I finally allowed myself to go, Vaughn, breathe. I know you're working on issue 2, but you did issue 1. I was like, I had it, but I don't think I fully soaked in. Like I did it.
I get you. And you did do it, and you had that issue 1, which is beautiful. Now we got this dope Kickstarter out right now. Again, folks. And do I just show you again? Do I have to show you again, folks? There we go. Let's make it happen, yo. We're so close, $76 away from reaching the goal and then going beyond, getting all the extra goodies. So show the love at the link, because everything is below. So that's the Kickstarter right there. It's in the show notes, all right? Please follow my homie on everything social on Linktree. That's Vaughn Coleman, baby. You can check out his YouTube channel as well. The links are below. The website, which is RebelOasisStudios.com. For you guys on Facebook, you may not see the link in those notes because Facebook wants to be cock blocking, if you will.
Yeah, really. But you could join the email list there. You could find anything. You could find links to my digital store, my socials on there. That's my hub for a lot of the stuff. I'm on YouTube as well. You can find my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
All sorts of stuff I'm working on. I may have given myself too much to work on, but that's okay. It keeps me busy, right? And you know what? If it keeps me happy and it makes my customers happy, because that's another thing too. You're entitled. Yeah. So.
Yeah, do it, bro. That's right. Take care of the people, take care of the fans, take care of yourself, and follow what you actually love to do. It's okay if we're hermits. I'm turning into a hermit myself.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. I'm like, keep blowing off. I feel bad. I blow off my friends, but I'm like, I got it right.
Yo, I told my friends, hey, listen, I'm either doing some music or I'm working on my site or I'm doing an interview. Like, yo, God, I'm sorry. I did that. I'm really sorry because I love what I'm doing. So
like I feel bad. I blew off my friends because I'm like, I have to promote my Kickstarter. I have to write a script.
How about they promote that? I hope some of those friends are part of those backers.
I think so. I hope so.
They better be. If not, you better cut them off right now. You know?
I ain't doing that, but I'll be mildly disappointed.
Yeah, come on, man. Support your friend. Get that. Even if you don't enjoy it, then you give somebody else that you know may. Okay, support your homie. And you know what? Check out also Global Comics. I love that company. And, but he also got his stuff right there. Check out Robo Oasis Studios there. Check out his short stories. I'm gonna put that link below if you want to check that out and get enticed and get into the of what the Coleman is about. Get and the link tree, but the most important thing again is the Phenomenova Kickstarter. It is live right now, mi gente. So the love to independent comic book creators like my man Vaughn Coleman here. So, brother, before we leave today, talk about inspiration and like what would you tell any new creator out there trying to step into the game, especially how you moving along?
Man, I would say it's a lot of work. I would say a few things are very important. And I'm still learning, and you're going to always be learning for a while. And that's important. In fact, you'll probably always be learning, period. But especially, I would say some of the most important things. Networking is everything. Leave your house, go to conventions, go to online shows. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. Don't, and really fight for it. If you have a dream, you have to want it so badly that you're willing to fight for it. If you're only in it for the money, get out, run. You should not, especially if it's indie comics, you have to really love this medium and love the stories you're telling. There are days where you're just going to be promoting and you're going to be like, am I doing anything? And sometimes it'll slow down. It's okay. Because sometimes you have to slow down to really speed up, to really get your directions going. Learn from the masters who came before you, look to the greats that inspired you and kind of break down why they inspired you, and always keep searching for more stories. You never know what you could pull from. Double down on what you love, but branch out.
Yo, you hear this? A man is telling you, man, get her done. Don't be scared. Move on forward. You got this.
Always forward.
I'm digging it, man. Pa'lante como un elefante. Let's go, baby. You know what I mean? That means move forward like an elephant, baby. Don't stop. Be unstoppable like Juggernaut, baby. Let's go.
Yep.
I'm digging. Listen, my man Vaughn Coleman, please check out his project. Definitely an amazing independent creator. And there's someone to look out for. I'm telling you right now. For real, Vaughn, for real, you got this energy to you. So there's somebody to look out for. I'm telling you right now, Matt K, Vaughn, whomever out there looking for some new talent, check Big Homie out. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah.
Homie
I have other ideas I'd love to do in addition to Phenomenova, but we'll see if any get off the ground. But I would love to. That all depends. Like I said, you're kickstarting me, you're giving me energy, and you're getting yourself some pretty cool stuff. So there's no reason to go back.
Phenomenal, baby. Let's go. So thank you, Vaughn. You rock. Thank you for your time. So all my Crusaders that were tuning in, thank you. Thank you for being also silent. I wish you guys would just not lurk, but also just comment sometimes. I see you. I see how many of you are out there. Just comment. Don't be scared, man. We got to talk. We got to support our fellow creators here. I would appreciate so many comments from you guys, and I'll definitely show them off. But with that, please subscribe, tune in, turn on those notifications to Comic Crusaders podcast. And always, stay on the lookout for Vaughn Coleman. I'm going to tell you right now, one last time, you can check out Vaughn's website at rebelOasisStudios.com. please check out his YouTube. I'm gonna put all these links below, yo. You can follow him on social at Vaughn Coleman. That's that link tree. So he got that whole list right there, and you can follow him on every single platform that's necessary. But the most important thing that you got to do tonight, all right? You know, you're gonna get paid this week if you haven't already, or if not within the next couple of weeks, because it's 3 weeks worth. So don't be bullshitting me. So you're gonna get paid. Support the comic book right here. Phenomenova Issue 2 live right now. Yo, Vaughn, you rock. It's Almega. It's Mr. Coleman talking about that Coleman verse. Hasta la próxima, mi gente. Much love. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.